I started another caption contest at the beginning of the new year, and we've got some pretty cool captions about this photo. You see our late great Sassy cat, as she was so often doing, sitting in my lap, actually standing on my lap, and I just happened to have a nice meatball sandwich with, the sauce and onions and tomatoes that I was getting ready to eat. And Sassy decided that she wanted a sniff and then a lick and then perhaps even a bit of the meatball. She's not interested in the vegetables or the bread. She knows where the good stuff is. So let's see the things that people had to say about this. First, we had a couple that were very punny. You see three of them here. All mine, you got to be kitten me. And then Sassy with a chance of meatballs. Forget exactly what the film was that had a chance of meatballs, but there's a good quip there. And then one that's a little bit more philosophically inclined, but yet still relying entirely on a pun. Confessions of the Flesh, Michael Fu Cat instead of Foucault. So that's kind of good. Then we had, I think it proved rather irresistible to people to start conversing in a stereotypical, or rather stereotyped Italian way. So one says, and I'm not going to try doing this in an Italian accent, my salmon meatballa tastes like a salami meatballa. And of course, there's a lot packed into that joke, right? The cats can have a little salami as a treat. And of course, the meatballs are just plain old beef with the other things that I put in them. So not salmon, not salami, but, pretty good joke. Atza won a spicy meatball. Lots of A's in there. And that kind of makes sense. It wasn't really that spicy or she wouldn't be eating it. And then there was That's Amore, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. So no meatballs in that actual song, I think, but it's redolent of Italiana, I suppose. So then we get some things that are directly philosophically referencing something. Here's one. It seems the slave has left the master a dialectical treat. I suppose in that case, I'm supposed to be the slave, and Sassy the cat is the master. Dialectical, doing a lot of work there, I suppose. The next one, if you gaze into the sausage, it gazes back into you. There's no sausage on that, but sausage is pretty close to meatball in terms of sandwiches and sauces and stuff like that, I suppose. There's a Nietzsche reference, of course, to the void, that if you gaze into it, it gazes back at you. Here's one that doesn't make a reference to a popular philosophical line or to a philosopher, but I think it's actually on track. It is not intemperate if the meat smells this good. Yeah, can a cat have temperance? That's debatable. But perhaps there have to be exceptions for the virtues in order for them to be adequate to our lives. Here's another one. And with this, we enter into what I would call the realm of cat logic, taking it from the last line of this one. Is cat brain calculating? One side says, just give it a try, smells okay. Other side, don't do it, nothing good will come of it. Back to side one, but it smells so good, I am cautiously going for it. Cat logic at its finest. Now, Sassy was the sort who would incline to the first sentence, I think, not so much about being cautious. Here's the second one, and this is a very funny one in many respects. Premise A, cute cats deserve love from humans. Premise B, humans deserve a tasty breakfast. Claim, cute cats deserve a tasty breakfast. Valid argument. No, clearly not a valid argument, and nobody should think that it is. There's a lot going on in there, right? And it's kind of funny, too, because if it was a valid argument, which it's not, it probably wouldn't be a sound argument, talking about the tasty breakfast, because this isn't a breakfast at all, but it is kind of funny to see somebody trying to put it into syllogistic form. And then we get some more cat logic here as well. This one is a little bit more straightforward. You eat this luxury and give me those cat treats instead. Come on, you got to be kidding me. Now, the irony here is that Sassy actually got pretty high-end cat treats, you know, all sorts of good stuff of different tastes and coming from different animals and various flavors, but she also really did like to be offered, at least offered, a taste of any sort of meat product that we had, and then she would decide for herself whether she wanted some of it. Here's another one. I don't know exactly how you would classify this one, but it's kind of funny. I said, no tomatoes. Greg, not give me all the tomatoes you have. No, it's fine. I'll just lick around them. Geez, aren't you a professor or something? And you notice if you go back to the picture, it not only has tomatoes, but also onions. So she, I suppose, could have complained about that. We finish up with one that actually made my wife laugh, which is a one line, really, really good joke right here. Meet cute. Cute cat. We've got meat in the picture. And of course, a meet cute is when you've got people together in rom-coms. And the closest things that you would find to that in the life of cats that aren't, you know, looking to mate or anything would probably be like this, a cat and a sandwich that they're attracted to. If you want to get in on these, I post caption contests every once in a while in my community tab. You'll probably want to turn on your notifications. That's the bell that you can turn on my YouTube channel if you're following. That way you get alerted when I do these. And we've got plenty that we've done already that you can go back to, and we'll do plenty more in the future because we just keep taking more and more pictures. So if you want to get in on it, you know what you need to do.